Hello and welcome to an exciting weather pattern that we have breaking out across parts of the plains and even parts across to the Midwest. Today we're going to be talking about the significant severe hail threat that we see coming over the next 3 days. So let's go ahead and just dive on into what we're going to be talking about today. The first point that we're going to talk about will be for today's weather. So significant hail is likely and will be happening today across parts of the West Plains. We will also be focusing on the hail threat as it will move a little bit east as we head into the day tomorrow. And as we head into Monday, that will sag to the south. So those are going to be the points or the key features of today's forecast. So let's go ahead and dive on a couple of graphics here to take a look at. So this is Saturday, May 18th. This is basically what we're anticipating. So as you can see, we have a large area where we expect the threat for hail to be at. And that basically runs from North Dakota, Minnesota, all the way down through South Dakota, Iowa, Nebraska, Kansas, possibly up towards the northwest corner of Missouri, down through western Oklahoma, and there's a slight chance that some of those storms could fire as far south as northwest Texas. Not locked in on that quite yet, but there is a possibility that a few storms could fire. So the chance of severe weather, though, or severe hail, that being quarter size or larger in any one location, looks to shape up around like this, a 10% chance up around Fargo, North Dakota. We'll do a 15% chance around Sioux Falls, and we'll do a 10% chance for Omaha. We'll do a 15% chance over towards Lincoln, and a 30% chance gets a little bit higher as you head west towards Grand Island. And one of our pick cities of the day for today would be North Platte, Nebraska, about a 45% chance of receiving severe hail. 10% chance over towards Kansas City. We think that there is at least a possibility that a complex of thunderstorms may develop across parts of Kansas and could shift towards the Kansas City metro area through the overnight hours and early morning hours. And that poses at least a small chance of receiving some severe hail in Kansas City for tonight, tomorrow morning. Back towards Wichita, 15% chance. Again, expecting most of it to be to the west towards Dodge City, where we have a 50% chance of receiving severe hail. Northwest Oklahoma will have about a 35% chance of severe hail. And down around Wichita Falls, again, if storms fire, they'll be pretty nasty, but only about a 10% chance of that actually happening down around Wichita Falls, Texas. So the size, obviously, size is extremely important when we're talking about hail today. So we'll have a possibility of, again, isolated large hail, mainly across the northern parts of this area. So most of it will be in that quarter range, but wouldn't be shocked if we saw a couple of golf balls mixed in a few locations. Again, we'll be monitoring those storms nonstop, sending out text alerts and whatever else needs to happen across that area. But the bigger hail threat today is going to be across parts of Nebraska, Kansas, and western Oklahoma, northwestern Oklahoma, where the potential is there for softball size hail, especially in the area that we have shaded in blue. It's going to be a pretty small area, but significant hail seems likely in this area. So again, North Platte down towards Dodge City, Kansas, Woodward, Oklahoma, Clinton, Oklahoma, if they can fire that far south, would have a good opportunity at receiving some pretty significant hail. Those storms will shift east and will pose at least a possibility of receiving some hail across Wichita, Grand Island, Nebraska. So that'll be what we'll be watching for today. Let's go ahead and take a look at tomorrow's forecast. So this is Sunday, May 19th. And again, the forecast, another large area expected to have some severe weather, really extending from Minnesota through Iowa. This one extends over a little further east, so we get parts of Chicago and Illinois, a bigger section of Missouri, eastern Kansas, and central and eastern Oklahoma, and it may tail down into the northern parts of Texas. Will be a slim possibility. So the chances of hail, though, in any one location, around Minneapolis, will do about a 15% chance at receiving some severe hail. We'll do a 20% chance back towards Sioux Falls. And we'll do a 10% chance over towards Davenport. We'll do a 10% chance towards Chicago. Again, there is some instability in the area around Chicago. If a few storms can go up, they would pose a potential to produce some hail. So 30% chance, though, over towards Omaha, Nebraska. We'll do a 30% chance over towards Des Moines, Iowa. And a 20% chance, possibly that the storms may be a little further to the east of Lincoln, Nebraska. We'll do a 45% chance, though, for Kansas City, and a 45% chance for Wichita, Kansas tomorrow, and a 45% chance for Tulsa, Oklahoma tomorrow, and we're going to go with a 40% chance down around Oklahoma City. And I think most of the hail will stay to the north of the Dallas metro, but in the areas shaded in red, those will be the most likely areas to receive golf ball size hail or larger. And then in the blue area, again, this is some pretty significant hail. This includes Kansas City, it includes Tulsa, includes Oklahoma City, and really from Wichita to the east. Significant hail seems likely again tomorrow, including the threat for tornadoes and lots of severe weather in this area. So we'll be watching all of this area as well, sending out text alerts. You folks in Nebraska and Kansas and Oklahoma, we'll see in tomorrow's forecast Texas, Missouri. Significant hail seems pretty likely in most of these states. So if you're not on one of our unlimited plans, today's the day to do it. Don't wait because we can't get you text alerts if you're not on our plan already. So make sure that you're set up on that. Head on in now and take a look at Monday's forecast. This is for Monday, May 20th, 2013. And as you can see, again, we have another large area with the slight risk. We have a piece of energy that's going to hang up back here in Oklahoma, and the rest of the severe weather threat will be kind of folded around an area of low pressure that will be up across Minnesota. So let's go ahead and take a look again at the chances. Minneapolis will do about a 10% chance. It's going to be a little bit more cool across Minnesota on Monday, so that should decrease the instability, but there will be some cold air aloft, and that could pose the potential to produce some hail up around Minneapolis. We'll do about a 10% chance at severe hail from Madison, Wisconsin, 10% chance over towards Chicago, Illinois. We'll do a 10% chance up towards Milwaukee, and a 10% chance possibly as far east as Detroit. We'll see. There's going to be a complex of thunderstorms that should move across Illinois, Indiana, and that will pose a threat for some hail, possibly more of a wind threat, but we'll watch that. That's a few days out and a little tough to forecast. 10% chance, though, over towards Grand Rapids, 15% chance at Springfield, Illinois, 20% chance over towards St. Louis. Threat gets a little bit higher, more instability back to the west. That 10% chance, though, does verify for Indianapolis, and 40% chance for Missouri, and a 10% chance back towards Nashville, Tennessee. That 40% chance, by the way, is Springfield, Missouri. 10% chance towards Memphis. 15% chance towards Little Rock. 45% chance again for Tulsa. We'll do a 45% chance for Oklahoma City. And we'll do a 35% chance for severe hail down around the Dallas-Fort Worth metro. So most of this hail scattered in nature up across the northern portion of this area. Really, so from St. Louis down to Memphis, points to the north and east. They will have a lower threat of severe hail, but we will watch that area, and as time goes on, some of that may change. But back to the west across Missouri, northwest Arkansas, southeast Kansas, and a large portion of Oklahoma. Again, the threat for very large hail will continue. And you can see, including Dallas, the chance for softball-sized hail will be there again on Monday. So really from points from Springfield, Missouri, back towards Tulsa to Oklahoma City, and then down to Dallas, right up and down the I-44 corridor. Big hail really seems a likely possibility. We'll have more on each of these days as we head into them. So make sure to stay tuned to the Trace website. We're also going to give free access today to our live hail alerts. This is where you can watch the radar, see the storm reports pop up live on the radar. Click on the warnings to see what the National Weather Service thinks about these severe thunderstorms. And we also post live updates up and down our news feed on the left side of the radar. So check out our Facebook page, hailtrace.com, or facebook.com/hailtrace to get a link to check out the live hail tracker page on hailtrace.com. We look forward to talking with you more, and we have more forecast updates as we head through the week. And good luck, stay safe, and we hope you enjoy the severe weather over the next couple of days.